everybody, this is Sheila Cantonwine, and I want to quickly show you everything that's in this 5th grade math review game. This is part 1. There are 2 games. Each game has 5 different categories, and there are 5 questions in each category with a final Jeopardy. So there's 26 questions for each game, so that's 52 total questions for your review. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to play the game. So I'm going to go back here to PowerPoint, and you can play this either in PowerPoint or you could also play this in Google Slides, depending on what you have available to you. So all you're going to do is go up to the menu and choose Slideshow, Play from Start, and this is just that cover screen I was showing you. And then you're just going to click once, and here you are at the game board. So these are your 5 categories. These are the point values for all of the questions. And all of these questions are, or all of these point values, the numbers are clickable. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your students and divide them into different teams. Let's say that you have 5 teams, and you're going to have them choose a team leader for each of the teams. So you only want one student from each group that's going to be asking the questions and giving you the answers. Otherwise, you have a lot of students who are communicating, and it's hard to, figure out which one is the correct one you want to listen to. The worst is if you'll have 2 students from the same team shout different answers, and then you don't know which one to take. So select a team leader, and you'll say, okay, group 1, what is your question? So let's say group 1 says, I want geometry for 200. So you click on the 200 here, and it goes to the question. So geometry 200, here's the question. And then if you want to get to the answer, you just click once and there's your answer. So what I do is I typically have the students all answer the question, not just the one who picked the question. And then what I tell the students is if the team that selected the question misses it, you have the opportunity to then answer correctly, and then you can get the points. So I generally do not take points off. If they miss it, I just find that that's discouraging for the students, but you can certainly do that. So if it's correct, then you move back to the game board and you assign 200 points to whatever team it was. If it was incorrect, then I usually would call on another team and give them the opportunity to answer the question. Okay, so here's the answer. So we're going to click back on the game board here. This is a clickable link. And now you'll see that this is grayed out, which tells us that we've already answered this question. Now, if you do play in PowerPoint, these will gray out. Unfortunately, Google Slides does not have that ability to do that. So just keep that in mind. So you're going to go ahead and keep playing the game. So you'll ask the next team, what's your question? They pick fractions for 300. Here's your question. Give them a chance to answer it. Click. Here's the answer. Assign the points, and then come back to the game board. And you're just going to continue through with all of those questions. Once you've answered all the questions, you're going to go ahead to the final Jeopardy, and all you need to do is click away from the game board here, and you get to the final Jeopardy. Click again. These are the rules. This is editable, so you can change the rules, you can change the category, and then you're going to go ahead and click to the final Jeopardy. This is their question, and then you're going to have them on a piece of paper. Well, actually, let's go back one slide. What you're going to have them do is you're going to have a little piece of paper, and they're going to put the name of their team. They're going to put how many points they want to wager for the final Jeopardy, and then they're going to put their answer. So here's your question, and they'll have those 3 things on a little piece of paper, and then they'll go ahead and turn those into you. And then you will click one more time and give them the answer, and then you'll be able to assign the points based on the little piece of paper that says how many points they wagered and whether their question was correct or not. So that's pretty much it, and this is for just game 1. Game 2 is very similar. There are some directions down here that you can follow. But I also wanted to show you that everything is editable. So you can go in here and you can click and change the categories. You can change the point values. Over here, you can change the questions. So you can go ahead and change anything that you want, maybe the category, the points. You can even rewrite the question. So write an expression for the difference between 6 and 3. I could change that to 6 and 2. The only thing you have to remember is if you change the question, you have to go to the answer and you have to change the answer there too. Down below in the notes section, you have the Common Core alignment. So let's say that you are working on, let's just say this question here, you have a lot of students that are missing this, or, this seems to be a problem just with answering the question. You can say, oh, okay, this is the topic that we need to go back and review before the end of grade testing. And then, as I mentioned, you can go and change the final Jeopardy here. You can change what the category is. You can change the directions. You can change anything you want. So it's completely editable. And just a little side note, I did have some teachers give me great ideas where they basically would use these two games and they would play them. And then the students loved it so much they wanted to play more. And so, as an additional activity, you could assign questions to your students, kind of like a stump your classmate kind of activity. They could write these questions, and then you would have a totally new set of game questions to use. So I wouldn't write over the originals. You can just copy and paste and do a brand new game. So lots of great options. Students love playing this game. It's so much fun. It's a great review, covers all the math topics, and hopefully this is helpful. So I hope you have a great day, and thanks so much for watching.